The Royal Navy rocked up off the coast of Gibraltar today in the shape of a warship and 2 support vessels, all pre-planned, the government insisted. No malice intended.
But Downing Street did not rule out political retaliation against Spain for its stepped-up border checks. Our Europe correspondent Emma Murphy reports on what happened when the 3 ships came sailing in.
A pre-planned training exercise, yes, but what timing? A British warship and support vessels docking in Gibraltar just as the UK and Spain are embroiled in a row over fishing rights so serious they're threatening each other with court and a referral to the United Nations. For members of Gibraltar's government meeting today with their British MEP, Spain's response to increased checks and add hours to border crossings contravenes the right to free movement.
Well, I think it's serious for the whole of the European Union to see that the EU treaty is breaking down at the Gibraltar frontier with the abuse that we are seeing in the way that Spain is handling the passage of people across the frontier, the passage of vehicles across the frontier.
Soon a European Union delegation will be here in Gibraltar to see for themselves whether their treaty is indeed being breached. That announcement being made as the territory's MEP called for an economic boycott of Spain.
I think that British citizens should support their fellow citizens here in Gibraltar and think twice about going on holiday to Spain. Why would we support the Spanish economy when they're doing everything they can to ruin the Gibraltarian economy?
Gibraltar's waters have long been disputed by the Spanish to the fury of locals. Nick Vasquez's family have traded here for hundreds of years. One business collapsed as a result of the 1960s border dispute. He says the latest has little to do with the man-made reef beneath this part of the Mediterranean.
The feeling in Gibraltar is very much that this has been the excuse used by the Spanish government to create issues, in particular to distract from the corruption problems that they've got in their own government.
As national beliefs and political arguments continue, the border between Spain and Gibraltar has been flowing more freely today.
Just going through, straight, no problem.
But one day without queues that last for hours is not luring anyone here into a belief that this dispute is anywhere near at an end.
So Emma, this is all beginning to look pretty petty, isn't it?
Well, indeed, Gibraltar's First Minister said to me today that this all felt rather disproportionate and unseemly, and many would agree with him in that. He said he felt particularly uncomfortable because these conversations were being had at a time when there were many other issues going on in the world that he felt really merited additional political support. But the Gibraltar people, the Gibraltar government and the UK believe that Spain is actually compromising the right to free movement, so they're not willing to back down. On the other hand, you have the Spanish who are entrenched in their position. They say the reef that was put out in the waters behind me compromises their fishermen's livelihoods, and they're not willing to take a different stance. The EU have said that they're going to get involved, and they expect the UK and Spain to behave in a way that is appropriate to member states. We will find out in the next few days what their ruling is.
All right, Emma Murphy in Gibraltar. Thank you.